world-class business powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/25 for new customers with qualifying bundle. Current customers may be eligible depending on services and area. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
This is Dr. Joel Cherdak with Denver Regenerative Medicine. If you've struggled with weight loss, it's time for something real. We use GLP-1 medications from licensed U.S. pharmacies at full strength, never from unknown or online sources. Your program is overseen by a real doctor with in-clinic care and telemedicine options. Best of all, we're offering a free consultation so you can get started risk-free. Experience real weight loss results for under $300 a month. Visit denverregen.com to book your free consult. That's denverregen.com.
It's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors. Passive aggression.
Oh, Mark. Sweet, naive, childlike Mark.
Culinary techniques.
So you got the crawfish, you got the tail, you pinch, twist, and some people like to slurp it. You're a slurper.
And backhanded apologies.
You know what? I would like to officially apologize to you, Mike. You were right. I was wrong. You're smart. I'm dumb. You're skinny. I'm fat.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, as we roll into our 9 o'clock hour here on a Bronco Reaction Monday, it has been hot, it has been passionate, it has been emotional, and we love it. Wish we were talking about a win, but instead the Broncos lose 29-28, and we're breaking it all down with you. Certainly putting the blame on the players in this game, also bringing up the call at the end. I think all of us agree. Pretty ticky-tack call. And I'll give James Marilat, he summed it up, I think, perfectly when he was in with us. You know, there are plenty of calls that if they're not made, the fan base, those watching at home are like, how did you not throw that flag? We were robbed. Let's face it. If no flag is thrown on that kick, Mark Schlereth, everybody leaves the stadium and not one person's like, did you see? They leveraged. They lifted off the guard to try to block the kick.
He jumped 6 inches.
Where was the flag? We were robbed. You wouldn't have had one person saying that.
Yeah.
So you know what? If not one person, either at the game or watching the game, would have been throwing a fit about it, you don't throw the flag there.
It's probably the best point made all day, and you're right. I mean, again, you can't let it come down to that.
Right.
If you're the Broncos, you've got to go in there and you've got to handle your business and win that game. But James is 100% right. There's not one person driving home from Lucas Oil going, can you believe, like you said, they didn't call leverage? What are we doing? How does this even work?
We were wrong.
It's rigged. The NFL is rigged. The script. Yeah, you're right, 100%.
Yeah, you don't want to leave it in the ref's hands because by the letter of the law, I guess you could call it. But you could almost call holding every play, too.
Right.
You could almost call defensive pass interference every play if you want. I mean, you saw the play to Travis Hunter on 4th down, the pass that they threw, and he does everything right and gets his head around, deflects the ball. But, if there's any hand fighting at all, you can slow it down and say, illegal contact, pass interference, the ball was in the air. So sometimes you just let plays play out, especially when it really doesn't affect the play. And especially when it's late in games, we see it all the time with Hail Marys. They don't call them. Why? They call it different then. They'll call pass interference all game, but if it's a Hail Mary, you can mug a guy, and they'll never throw a flag.
We'll have this conversation come playoff time in hockey and basketball, and whether it benefits our teams or works against our teams, a call that is made or not made. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not one of those people that believes – however you call it in the first quarter, you call it in the fourth. I don't buy that at all. When you get into the game being ultimately decided, final couple minutes of a hockey game, final 2 minutes of a basketball game, or in this, a 60-yard field goal to win a game, man, swallow the whistle. Swallow the whistle. Let the players decide it. I don't want to see games Stoke decided by officials.
No, I'm with you. I think we all want to see the players decide it. Now, if it's blatant and obvious, you got to throw a flag. But you want to let the players play. Let the players decide on the field, on the court, on the ice. And, James right, y'all right. I mean, that's the thing is no one's leaving that stadium saying they got hosed. No Colt fan thinks they got hosed if they didn't call leveraging.
Certainly officiating, certainly the players, but let's talk about the coaching. Sean Payton at halftime, I don't know. I kind of thought he threw Vance Joseph under the bus a little bit when he was interviewed coming off the field, and he said, we kind of didn't expect them to come out and throw like they did to start the game, and we may have dropped a couple of coverages. He said that at halftime. Then he said this after the game.
I'm going to watch the tape. Our coverage at times was sticky, and then at other times it wasn't as good. Obviously, it was going to be a pass first game for them, run second, and yet they hit us with a long run late in the game. But I don't know what the breakdown was, but they threw it a ton in the first half and even into the second half.
So was this defense caught off guard? Was Vance caught off guard with the game plan that they did not expect them to come out throwing the ball like they did, especially going after Surtain the way they did? Were the Broncos just not prepared defensively?
No, I mean, I think they're prepared. Hey, when that's the game plan, I mean, at some point, like if you're getting thrown, you got to say, hey, man, we can't bust coverages. We've got to be able to cover. Like there were so many things off the run game, though, off the boot action game with Daniel Jones, his athleticism, moving the pocket, keeping the Broncos off kind of guard, and a lot of shallow crosses, a lot of low crosses, a lot of deep crosses. Like they hit a bunch of those throws, Daniel Jones did, and the Broncos just have to adjust. Hey, listen, every now and again.
Did they ever adjust?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Every now and again, you'll get, somebody will get you early, right? Okay, you got us early. You got us early with the blitz. You got us early with the way you're defending the run. You got us early with, all the crossing routes and some of the pick stuff you're using against us. Okay, you got us. All right, at some point, we have to adjust, and it never looked like they fully adjust. Daniel Jones was on point for the majority of that game, and to James's point earlier, they didn't punt one time.
They hadn't punted once in 2 games. First team ever. First 2 games not to punt.
Boy.
Colts.
Even your Colts teams never did that.
I guess not.
Oh.
Well, that's because I was usually.
Well, they didn't really run the ball. They just threw it all.
Well, I was usually injured one of the first 2 games. That's probably why. Yeah, it took me a little while to get going. You're right, because sometimes you come up with a game plan thinking, okay, what are they going to do offensively? What are they going to try to do? Okay, well, let's come up with a game plan. It seemed early that their game plan was to be kind of passive, not to bring a lot of pressure on Daniel Jones and just try to generate pressure with their front 4. You saw them bring a blitzer to their only sack was Sternad when they blitzed him, but it wasn't enough. I think you know. And then when they did try to do different things, it was like one-on-one coverage and you couldn't cover. So just the whole thing, nothing really worked. And you saw blown coverages, you saw missed tackles. They were just a little bit off. So I think they tried to do some different things, but when nothing works, it all looks bad. When you're missing tackles, you're blowing coverages, you can't cover guys one-on-one. Everything that you try to do, it just doesn't work.
All right, how about this one? All right, everyone loves a good conspiracy theory every once in a while. Let's put our tinfoil caps on. How about this one from the Ramoslaw.com text line? Guys, we may have to move on from Sean just because the NFL has it out for Sean. The refs are going to screw over the Broncos every chance they get. We can't win a Super Bowl with Sean because of this. The idea that the NFL still holds a grudge against Sean for Bountygate. And that ultimately officials are told, if given the opportunity to stick it to Sean, don't be shy. You buy that stink?
No. And I know that I know there's been animosity between Sean and the league and the Bountygate thing, which
Roger.
Yeah, or with Roger. The Bountygate thing was such a bunch of trash anyhow. But
he was the face of it.
Oh, I understand. I understand what happened. I mean, I get it, but no. Do I think officials are purposely going to keep calling? I mean, if we get 4 or 5 more leverage calls, then yes, 4 or 5 more leverage calls.
Wow!
Yeah.
4 or 5
Yes!
more.
Yeah.
Pay attention, Evans!
Come on, Evans.
Pay
Sorry,
attention!
I was
Goodness gracious!
I
You're
was,
over here
texting. I was thinking about my next
Yeah.
tease. I was thinking
Then-
about my next tease.
Wow.
4 or 5 more leverage
4 or 5 more
calls,
leverage
and then
calls.
I will say there's a conspiracy
Pop it in there.
theory.
All right.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Well done.
We'll
Well,
be
that
on the
would- hey,
lookout. We'll be
yeah,
on the lookout
look,
for more of them.
There's no chance that they're telling referees to try to screw Sean. You just can't do that as a league, especially the NFL. But unfortunately, he does get a lot of bad calls.
Well, coming up next, it's not like Sean isn't immune from the criticism that comes out of this game. How about his use of timeouts before that whole field goal disaster? That's next.
The Broncos fell to the Colts and experienced their first loss of the season. Will Denver get things back on track before a divisional matchup with the Chargers? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here from my friends at Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. In today's economy, every single dollar counts, especially when it comes to your home. That's why Gravina's Window Center of Littleton is making it easier than ever to invest in lasting quality. Right now, save up to 25% on Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows made in America and engineered to outlast every other window on the market. They're offering 20% off James Hardy siding as well, so you can boost curb appeal and energy efficiency in one shot, guys. Family owned and operated since 1973, over 50 years, and backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton has earned a reputation for premium products and white glove service. They do not cut corners. They are first class. They do all the work themselves to give you peace of mind. It's going to be done right the first time. Every time. Flexible financing available, 0 down interest options. Call them right now, 303-794-0490 for a free estimate, 303-794-0490, or you can visit them online today at windowsforyourhome.com. That's windowsforyourhome.com.
Summer's here. If you're in an accident, call Postman Law. Over $3 billion recovered. We fight for what you deserve. Call 844-POSTMAN now. That's 844-POSTMAN.
Donnie here with Fitness Gallery. I'm thrilled to invite you to our biggest event of the season, the summer clearance sale happening right now at all 7 of our Colorado locations. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. These deals end soon.
It's your last chance to take advantage of EV federal tax credits at Siltar Motors. This month, get the all-electric F-150 Lightning or the head-turning Mustang Mach-E with 0% interest for 72 months or lease credits up to $11,000 off. Check out their current selection of EVs at sthmotors.com to get the EV you want before they are gone. Siltar Motors has got the best location, the biggest EV selection in Denver, and the most competitive pricing in Colorado. Siltar Motors will deliver everything you want out of a dealership.
This is Jeff for Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, where our testosterone therapy can help you sleep better, improve your sex drive, give you better gains in the gym, and more. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Brad.
My name is Brad. I've been a patient of Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic for over 3 years now. I just turned 50, and over the last couple of years, I've frankly just been tired. I've been more lethargic, didn't have the energy levels that I normally had when I came into Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. These guys are absolutely phenomenal. Losing weight, having more energy, all that's been a tribute to the testosterone therapy. And frankly, that's been a game changer for my life, my family, and my business. I am a huge fan, and I recommend it to all my friends. If you're feeling like I've been feeling, I would get in here, see these guys right away. Don't wait. Call Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and change your life.
Thanks, Brad. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Call 720-440-7900. That's 720-440-7900. Or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Relentless mind games.
Are you trying to get me in an oh-really right now?
Total accountability.
You're always throwing your teammates under the bus. That's just what you do.
And a sprinkle of advanced analytics.
The Boo rating, BOO, which is balls over opponent.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Well, it is a Bronco Reaction Monday, and we are reacting to everything, and nobody's being left out when it comes to the critique of the 29-28 loss. It definitely felt like the Broncos let one get away. We've talked about the players. We've talked about the officials. We've talked about Vance's defense. We've talked about the special teams. Let's talk about Sean and his clock management, especially near the end. So here's the situation. Broncos are up 28-26, and it is we've just come out of the 2-minute warning, and it is 1st and 10 Colts at their own 46 coming out of the 2-minute warning. Jonathan Taylor runs the ball for 4 yards. Now it's 2nd and 6 at the 50. The Broncos call a timeout. And it was this next play, again, they go to Fred Taylor, left guard, no gain.
You're all over the place.
What's the matter?
It's not. I think Fred Taylor retired 20 years ago. Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, really? Got him. I got him. I had that thing set up during the whole break. I got it. I figured one of you two were going to bite on it. I figured. I knew it. Fred Taylor, Jonathan Taylor. Boom!
And you messed up the first play.
No, doesn't matter.
Yeah, you did. You're messing so much stuff up.
Doesn't matter. I got you.
My gosh. My God, that's a victory.
That's a victory.
Like, you know what?
I don't
that
think
makes
so.
hey, that makes that makes the loss Sunday. That makes it. Yeah, it makes it.
Because you didn't even know you messed it up. You didn't know you messed it up.
I was thinking
you
about
didn't
that
know you messed it
on
up.
the
There's
drive
no chance.
in this morning.
No, you did
It's
not.
like Kyle Shanahan likes to say.
I'm going back and listen to the tape.
Sometimes you set up. Sometimes you set up a play in the first quarter, knowing it's not going to work out, but you're going to be able to use it later.
You didn't even
know.
know. You didn't know.
I did because I said Jonathan Taylor the first time, and then I came back with Fred Taylor. So that takes away the fact that I did not know. No, I got you.
I'm going back and listening to the tape.
Okay, you can
I think he's lying.
But right now, I'm like, I think you got you.
I got you.
We'll see.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, no.
Okay, start it from the beginning when they used their first timeout because you screwed that up too.
All right.
Were you trying to get me a no-really on that one too?
No. I got it exactly right. They came out of the 2-minute warning. It's 1st and 10 at Indy's 46. Taylor runs 4 yards to midfield. Broncos then take a timeout. Their first one. Now, this is the one that I do second guess. Taylor gets stuffed for no gain. Now it's 3rd and 6 at the 50. The Broncos call timeout there. And to me, maybe you look at, if you want a second guess, let the clock run. Okay, you still have 2 timeouts. It's 3rd and 6. Now you're really putting the pressure on the Colts because not only do they have to convert that 3rd and 6, but they know that if they don't, they're staring at a 4th and 6, and they've already been turned over twice on downs at midfield. So maybe at that point you do let the clock run a little bit. Okay, maybe they run that 3rd and 6 play at about, 120 left instead of 150, but that would be the only time I would second guess the use of the timeouts. The second timeout.
The second timeout, if you don't take that timeout, then you either put the pressure on the Colts to either take a timeout or to run a play that they signal in that they don't have an opportunity to talk about. And what you ended up doing is you ended up getting in there with blitz pressure, and you played man-to-man across the board, and they ran a pretty simple mesh concept where Patrick Surtain, had to adjust and kind of ultimately get behind the receiver, and they convert on that thing. So maybe that clock ticks down. Maybe they don't call a timeout, and they're a little bit rushed to call a play, or they have to call the timeout and get together on the sideline where the pressure goes to them. You calling the timeout gave them that opportunity. But when I watched the game, Stoke, I wasn't sitting there going, what are you doing calling a timeout? I didn't have that thought process going through my head, and I don't think the broadcast crew had that thought process either.
Yeah, I didn't at the moment, but now looking back, I think it was a mistake. I think how all the timeouts were used were
that first one?
Yes, I do, because I think you got to hold them until they get to field goal range, and then start using them. If they want to let the clock tick down and they're at the 46-yard line, the other 46-yard line, then okay, that's fine. So I think you want to hold them until they get in field goal range, and then you can start using them because they weren't in field goal range. So if they want to let the clock tick, that's fine. I really didn't, to Mark, your point, I said it earlier too. At the moment, I'm watching the game, I had no issue with it.
Right.
I really didn't because I want to save as much time as possible, because if they do kick a field goal, then we have an opportunity to try to go down and score and win the football game. But they weren't even in field goal range, so why are we using timeouts when they're not in field goal range yet?
And part of that, I think, also is you probably have a tired defense. You're probably saying, hey, let's give our defense a break on every one of these possessions because we have got to stop them here, hold them to a long field goal.
They shouldn't be that tired, Mark. You had a 2-minute warning. Come on.
I'm just
a timeout right after
that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Let's not baby them.
Well, no. I'm just saying, what is if their thought process was we haven't rushed the passer, our defense is tired, and the other thing is you haven't stopped them, you haven't made them punt once. So, hey, man, let's get us on the sideline because we've struggled right now. Let's come up with our best plan. So that could be the coaching point as well. Again, when I sat and watched the game last night or yesterday afternoon, I wasn't sitting there going, what are you doing with your timeouts? It's always easy to kind of second guess what they're doing, what their thought process here is. And I'm not 100% sure what the thought process was, but that's not what cost them the game either.
And so let's say you don't call a timeout there, that second timeout, and after that, no gain. Now it's 3rd and 6. Okay, the clock probably runs down to, let's say, minute 20, but you still have at that point, it's 3rd and 6 at the 50, and you still have 2 timeouts. So while I think it's fair to second guess Sean, there is also, though, the element of, come on, players need to make plays, especially your high-paid guys. And who did they target on that 3rd and 6? They targeted Patrick Surtain. And that pass was completed on Surtain. And that's what set up a first down. And, you can criticize Sean all you want, and some of this is obviously fair, but come on, at some point the players need to make plays. Because if Surtain does his job, now the clock stops, right? Clock stops on a pass. You still have 1 timeout left, and it's 4th and 6 at the 50. But your guy didn't make a play.
It's not that they're targeting; they're running a concept, and because they're running a pick concept, it's called mesh, where you're running 2 shallow crosses, and Patrick Surtain got hung up in it. And either sometimes you got to bubble over the top of those things so you can play him top down and make a tackle for 5 yards and get him in 4th down and 1. He ran under it, got picked, and ultimately it's open. They convert.
So he took a bad angle.
Well,
no.
It's just
he didn't take a bad. The guy just beat him.
Yeah,
the guy beat him off the line of scrimmage, and
it was
he was in trail technique.
Yeah,
and the guy just beat him and outran him.
Okay,
so
he didn't make a play.
Right.
Okay.
But ultimately, you know what? I think to everyone's point here, whenever they use a timeout, it really didn't matter. They tried a 60-yard field goal and they missed it. That guy, they said the furthest he barely could make one was 60 during warm-ups. I'm like, well, this guy.
He'd attempted 9 field goals in his career. 9 for 9, but that's it.
What was his longest, Mark? You said like 48?
48, 49.
Yeah.
Longest in his career.
No matter when they used their timeouts, it worked for him. They held him to a 60-yard field goal, and the guy missed it. So
he not only missed it wide, it was short. Even if it was on target, it would have been short.
Exactly.
Would it have been short?
That's what they said.
I was already celebrating.
Right, I was too, but they said it was going to be short also.
I wasn't celebrating. I was like, oh, my God, that looks like leverage. oh, my. That looks like leverage.
Please don't call it.
You immediately felt bad for the Colts offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Look at him.
He's leveraging.
Getting leveraged. Not fair.
So why did they put it in? Did they put it in to protect the defender from falling over and breaking his neck? Or, like, why is that rule in place? Is it player safety? They don't want guys hurting themselves, leaping over and pushing off and then jumping and coming down on themselves?
Right, coming down, or if you get upended, like you jump up and then somebody cuts your legs out and you fall and hit your head, whatever.
Don't they know it's football? It's still football. Guys jump, guys get hit, guys get upended.
It's kind of gentler league.
Yeah, I think it's just a dumb rule. Dumb rule. But the Broncos got to know the rule and not leave it in the ref's hands.
Well, Mark has ruled on it. The text line has ruled on it. I got you.
Yeah?
I got you.
I want to listen to it again.
I got you.
Well, if you did, hey, good job. I'm proud
you.
of you. It's the least I'm worried about today. I don't think you really did, but
I got you.
If you did, you
I
did.
said Jonathan Taylor, then I said Fred Taylor. I got you. I baited you. Totally baited.
I thought it was Jason Taylor.
No, you had to go with the Fred Taylor.
Yeah.
Former running back. All that. All right. You turned my mic off.
Wow.
All right, there you go. All right,
It's
Ty.
time to break.
Ty wants me to break.
All
All right, we'll get to your reaction on the RamosLaw.com text line. Broncos Country respond next.
Stream Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
Hey, guys, let me ask you a question. You got back pain, neck pain, worried about needing surgery. How about taking all those habit-forming medications? Well, my guys at Spine One, they specialize in treatments that offer alternatives to major surgery and long-term medication. And here is the best part. You can call them today for a same-day appointment. That's right. You can do what I did. Start your journey toward pain-free today. They're a phone call away, 303-367-2225, 303-367-BACK. They're a complete medical center. They've got exams, spine care, MRIs, physical therapy, all in one treatment facility, guys, and they're going to educate you on exactly what's going on, why you're in pain, and then give you options for both nagging and debilitating pain. And if you live with debilitating pain like I did for years and years and years, you know it checks you out of life. You just get to the point where you don't want to do anything. I'm not going to the gym. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Hey, a couple short visits to my guys at Spine One. I was back in the gym, back on the golf course, doing things I hadn't done in years, sleeping through the night. And I owe it all to my guys at Spine One. They can do it for you, too. Start your journey today. They're a phone call away, 303-367-2225, 303-367-BACK. Or, as always, you can find them online at spineone.com.
What's the biggest mistake you could make when selling your home? Settling for less money. Not with Orchard. Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. Then they sell your old home on the market for top dollar. One customer said, I made way more than I expected, and it couldn't have been easier. Don't settle for less. Buy before you sell. And get top dollar with Orchard. Get your free home valuation at Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. Fall has arrived, which makes now the perfect time to call your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks, at 303-425-0985. Ductworks complete ventilation cleaning packages, scrapes and vacuums every inch of your system, removing dirt, dust, and debris other companies leave behind. Here's why that matters. Your heating system kicks on in the fall. Dirty ducts can reduce efficiency, raise your energy bills, push dust into your home's air. A professional cleaning now helps your furnace run better, last longer, and keep your family breathing cleaner air. Don't wait until the first cold snap when everyone else is scrambling. Get ahead of the rush. Call Ductworks today at 303-425-0985 or visit ductworks.com for your free residential and commercial estimate. Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
303-425-0985.
Samantha Flanagan here. Been in a car accident? At Flanagan Law, you're not just a case number. We're a female-owned firm that puts your health and healing first. Flanagan Law, where you're heard, helped, and never alone. Focus on healing. We'll take care of the rest.
This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Embers Golf, where your passion meets the green.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Short-term memory loss.
I don't remember. What was the reason I gave for earlier?
Oh, my goodness. Okay. I don't remember what you said. You think I remember the reason?
Ironclad sources.
One of the biggest haters in my life, my wife. My wife. She will even vouch for that story.
And spontaneous karaoke.
New additions like Ronnie, Bobby,
Ricky and Mike.
If I like a girl who can cool it down,
slow it down.
Watch out, I'm gonna lose control.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
You know, like sometimes big plays are drawn up on Tuesday, you know?
Yeah.
And
you are the Kyle Shanahan.
You've told me before how a
Yeah.
lot of times Kyle will tell his team, look, we're going to run this 2 or 3 times early on, and we're not going to get a lot out of it, but you watch. At some point later on, we're going to do it again, and we're going to bust this.
Yeah.
And so literally.
I do, though. Let me interrupt you because I do have a point of order. Stokely brought up a great point, and he's 100% right. You got him, okay? You got him. Stokley will eat that one. You got him. But then you come in during the break and say, I was setting that up on the drive-in to talk about timeout. Like, maybe you set up Fred Taylor on the drive-in, but you weren't thinking about the timeout. That goes on the big board of BS.
Sorry.
Yeah,
You're taking it too far.
So what I did was I was going to get him with the timeouts, get him on that second down. Maybe that's a timeout. Third down, 6, who knows? And then I'll say, Fred Taylor. No, that did not happen. That did not happen.
Drew it up on the way into work, and literally it came.
Drew it up. You were driving you had a grease board in your car, and you were like, here's my plan.
And seriously, as I pulled into the parking lot at about 5:35 this morning, I said this is going to be perfect because I'm going to be able to, and I figured I'd get one of you two because I threw it out there for both of you. I figured that you might fall for it, Stink, because Fred Taylor was a really good running back for Jacksonville during your era.
Yeah.
And Stoke yours as well. But my feeling was I have a great chance of getting you guys because we'll be talking about this sequence at the end of the game and the timeouts and the kind of frantic what was going on. And all I have to do is drop in a Fred Taylor at that point, and one of them is likely to say, you mean Jonathan Taylor, and I got him. I did.
He was sitting in the parking lot. Sitting in the parking lot at 5:35 with his grease board.
Drawing it up.
Drawing it up. Here's my plan. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk timeouts. I'm going to say Fred Taylor instead of Jonathan Taylor. One of them will bite. Let me call my fake wife and see if she thinks it's good. It's a good plan. So then I called my fake wife, and she said, yes, go with that.
Put it up on the big board if you want.
And then along the way, I'm going to compare myself to Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
That's what you did, too. You know that, right?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
You're the Kyle Shanahan of sports radio. I mean, look at you.
I'm the Kyle Shanahan of O'Reilly's. On the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. Stink, you're going to love this one. This game wasn't about the Broncos making mistakes. There were some mistakes made in every football game. This was about the Colts' offensive line beating the crap out of the Broncos' defense. Play after play, whether run or pass, the Colts' O-line dominated. If only the Broncos' offensive line could play that well. Let's hope the other teams the Broncos play are not so strong in that area.
Well, I will tell you, I thought the Colts' offensive line did a great job. I thought game plan-wise was a great job by Shane Steichen, keeping them off balance. The other thing is I thought that the Colts had a great plan to stay out of the middle of the football field and attack the C-gaps. And they did that running power. They did that running some guard pull trap stuff on the outside. I thought they did a phenomenal job. The one long breakout run was a wham from the outside in. But the bottom line is their tight ends and their offensive line did a great job. Outside C-gap, outside leg of the tackle, inside leg of the tight end. They dominated that area of the football field, and that's where they got the majority of their big runs.
That has to be a new record. Wham, guard C-pull, B-gap. I mean that
I didn't go B guys to C
I
gap.
know, but the run game terminology that was a record you just set.
How many did I drop?
Had to be at least 7.
Yeah.
And you didn't even say mesh point. How was Jonathan's mesh point? Jonathan / Fred Taylor's mesh point. How was it?
The mesh point
Was
the
must have
mesh,
been pretty good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was really
Felt
good.
like it was
and this
really
is
good.
where this is one thing I want to say to you, Mike Evans, is that it does like tight ends that can actually block somebody, it does matter because Indianapolis dominated the edge yesterday against Benito, against Jonathan Cooper in that C gap. Mesh points. Woo!
The hip of the tight end, we heard that a lot there.
And when you get that kind of blocking up front,
that's when Fred Taylor will just go right through the hole.
Running backs like Ike Taylor are going to have a big day.
Yeah.
Ike Taylor. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. He's still chasing Demaryius Thomas.
There you go.
No, but their offensive line did dominate the football game. I mean, we couldn't get any interior pass rush, and Jonathan Taylor runs for over 160.
Another one here on the RamosLaw.com text line. Guys, has there been a more disappointing Bronco through 2 weeks than Evan Ingram? Now, I know he got hurt in the first game, but he was ruled full go for this one and one catch for 12 yards.
It didn't seem like he played a lot.
I didn't know. I guess I got to find out how many snaps he was even in.
Right.
On.
Yeah, check on Kliss's
I'll check on that.
X page. But it didn't seem like he was out there a whole lot. So he didn't get a lot of opportunities, did he? I mean, how many targets did he have?
Out of 58 snaps, he was in there for 25.
Okay, so that's more than I actually thought. But he only had 2 targets for whatever reason, and he had the one catch, which is a big catch on 3rd or 2nd and long to convert the first down. They're not highlighting him.
But by the way, on that he just a little spot route, right? He just turned around, caught it, and then he looked like he thought he was going to get hit. It's like he had his eyes closed.
But
and then he got 12 yards.
I liked how he got north.
Yeah,
real quick, cover the ball up, get north, and then dive forward, get that first down. So I liked how he did that. I mean, but here's the question to both of y'all. The Jokers, we're supposed to see him moving all over the field.
I know.
I want to see him like they're doing with Warren over there with the Colts. I mean, we're not seeing any of that.
Again, it's only 2 games. The book hasn't been written yet, but I was expecting a lot more from Ingram to this point.
Yeah, I mean,
to the point where there were times I'm not kidding. Probably late second quarter, I went back and checked the inactives again just to make sure he hadn't been made inactive. I'm like, is he in uniform?
How many times did the Colts put 3 receivers to one side and had Warren on the into the boundary, like seriously playing an X wide receiver as the tight end split out there? How many times did they run him in different areas, out of the backfield, off the edge, across the middle? You're trying to get his matchups. Like that was how you use a quote unquote joker.
Yeah.
And 2 targets for Evan Ingram.
Yeah. Okay, but I'll say this. All right. Yeah. We thought he would be used a certain way. It's been 2 games, Mike. Right? That's it. First game offensively was a disaster, and they were much better this game. Much better. So I thought they schemed things up coach-wise. I mean, I had it like 2 or 3 times. Great play call right there by Sean Payton and the rest of the offensive staff. So I thought offensively the game plan was much better than what it was week 1. So if I walk away saying that, then, okay, well, maybe you don't highlight Evan Ingram every single game. That's fine. Just put together a competent offense, a good offense, and I thought we did see the majority of the game, a good offense, much better than week 1.
But in training camp, if I had told you, hey, game 2 against Indy, you're going to look up at the end of the game and Courtland Sutton and Evan Ingram have combined for 2 catches for 18 yards?
Yeah.
Sometimes games play out that way, though, Mike. I mean, I tried to tell you that about Evan Ingram when we went through his stats. Remember that?
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, what? I'm like, some games he's not gonna catch 4 or 5 balls every game. Let's just give it a good sample size before we start being, because I still think he can be a big part of this offense.
Okay.
All right.
But I was expecting more by this to this point.
If you put a pie chart on what percentage would Cortland Sutton and Evan Ingram have to add up for?
I would have thought 2%. 2% of the pie.
Yeah.
Football season's here. We want to get you game players into the game. And lucky for you, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is here to help by giving away a PS5 bundle. All you have to do to enter, download the Denver Sports app, click on the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a PS5, Madden 26, and College Football 26, as well as a 70-inch TV. We got about 20 minutes left to go. Let's get as many of you and your reaction to what you saw yesterday and what it means for the Broncos moving forward next.
The Broncos fell to the Colts and experienced their first loss of the season. Will Denver get things back on track before a divisional matchup with the Chargers? Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
What did we learn? All these negotiations during the summer, deadline spur action, we're seeing it again when it comes to buying an electric vehicle. The deadline is September 30th to buy an electric vehicle and take advantage of federal tax credits. Well, the place to go before that deadline, Siltahar Motors. Because at Siltahar Motors, they've got the all-electric F-150 Lightning or the head-turning Mustang Mach-E available for the deadline to take advantage of. You get 0% interest for 72 months or lease credits of up to $11,000 off. You can check out Siltahar's current selection of electric vehicles at sthmotors.com. There you can do all your car shopping. Check out their entire inventory. Hundreds of new and certified pre-owned from Ford, Lincoln, Volvo, and Mazda. Siltahar Motors been family-owned for over 60 years. They're local, proud to be a community dealership. They've got the best location, the biggest EV selection in Denver, and the most competitive pricing in Colorado. But that inventory of EVs is shrinking. Deadline spur action. As we get closer to that September 30th deadline, you don't want to miss out. STHmotors.com and conveniently located at Highway 36 in Wadsworth. Siltahar Motors, get everything you want from a dealership.
When you're hurt in a car crash or on the job, Postman Law delivers. Don't just hope for help, demand results. Others promise. Postman delivers with ease, speed, and results. Call 844-POSTMAN today. That's 844-POSTMAN.
This sports season, it's game on at Synergenics and Low T Center. Want to get fit like an MVP? Book a free TRT consultation and automatically enter a chance to win autographed sports memorabilia or tickets to major sporting events. Winners selected every week. Female patients also eligible. Book now at trtmvp.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I do.
I do. Everyone does. But even the best deal in the market becomes high if rates fall in the future. So now what? Go through all the expense again? No. Just go to U.S. Mortgages and get our trademarked lowest rate for life product. It allows you to get your savings today and lock in at below market rates like our 4.75 5-year fixed that has a 5.89 APR.
Wait, 4.75% 5 years fixed?
Yes, and even if the market does improve further, great. We redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee, and there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. So stop waiting for rates to get better and wasting money. Lock in your savings now and know you're 100% protected with lowest rate for life. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com. Rate must be locked by 9/16.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Donnie here with Fitness Gallery. I'm thrilled to invite you to our biggest event of the season. The summer clearance sale happening right now at all 7 of our Colorado locations. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. These deals end soon.
With the new IHOP value menu, all your breakfast faves are just $6 every day. Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP value menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
Football is back, and it's time for you to get in the game. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is here to help, and we're giving away a PlayStation 5 bundle. Download the Denver Sports app and tap the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a PS5 console, a 70-inch flat-screen TV, plus copies of Madden 26 and College Football 26. Don't wait. Download the Denver Sports app now. 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors. Self-defense lessons.
I tased him.
Taser always works.
That's right.
Southern charm.
Look at the boys.
With some classic impressions.
He put his pitchfork down and he grabbed his sledgehammer and he said, "Hey, you want some of this?"
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Been an action-packed show. Hundreds of great observations and texts from so many of you great listeners out there. Can't, of course, get to all of them, but let's try to run through a few here. Guys, with this high-priced, big-time defense, 28 points from our offense on the road should win every day, period, end of story. You're absolutely right. 100% right.
100%.
If I had told you on Friday, guys, the Broncos are going to score 28 points on Sunday, you'd have said W. Right?
21 in the first half.
21 in the first half.
7.
Score on the let's say I told you they scored 21 in the first half. Bo throws 3 touchdowns. Then, for only the third time in the last 22 games, they come out and take the opening second half kickoff and go down to score a touchdown to make it 28-20. How would you be feeling about their chances of winning?
Like, that's a victory.
Sign me up.
Yeah, we're in.
Yeah, I mean, if you tell me they scored 28 points, I say, okay, they probably won by 17. They probably, or 18, 28-10, 28-13. They dominated that football game.
Yeah.
So defense obviously didn't hold up their end of the bargain.
That said, if we're talking about Bo going to that next level, when you're up 28-20, as an offense, you put it away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you got the ball back after going up 28-20. They kick a field goal. You're up 28-23, and then you had a couple of possessions.
You get a fourth down stop, and you're on the 26-yard line.
You had 2 possessions. 2 times you had the ball, including one time, 2nd and 1 at the Indianapolis 26, right before that interception. You got 2 opportunities with the ball up 28-23. I know I'm not going to put this loss on the offense, but still, you talk about the next step for Bo. Put your foot down and put this game away.
Yeah.
Because 1 touchdown, probably ball game over.
Oh, if they score a touchdown on that drive, if they score a field goal on that drive, you know, they don't turn the ball over there. They probably win that game. But you score a touchdown on that drive, and then you are, to Stokes' point earlier in the show, then you are allowed to rush the passer.
Now it's 35-23.
Right. Now all of a sudden, hey, let's roll. Let's pin our ears back and let's go get Daniel Jones. And then he's the one that throws the pick. And then, then the onslaught, then it's over. It's a blowout. But no, yeah, I mean, throw a pick, 2nd down and 1, you get stuffed for a 2-yard loss. Those are the things that cost you ball games.
Yeah, I mean, you had a chance. Both sides of the football, you had a chance, and you just couldn't make enough plays. And offensively, it looked so good early, and you just couldn't close it out. Really good offenses are able to close that thing out by getting the points, putting the pressure on the other team, and finishing the game off, and they just couldn't do that. And it comes back to bite you in the NFL, and that's what happened, unfortunately. That was a bad loss.
Here's one for you, guys. Who have you and this station overhyped more, Sean Payton, Bo Nix, or this defense? Oh, that's a fair question.
That is a fair question.
If we had to be honest,
let's make a pie chart.
Oh, no, I'm not doing any
No,
pie
you got to
charts.
pick one.
Not doing pie
No
charts.
pie charts. You got to pick one.
Oh, I was going to say percentage of defense. We've overhyped this defense.
I agree.
Yeah. Right now, I mean, first game was awesome, though. I mean, I'm not burying them. It's only 2 games in. But that was really, really, really disappointing because they couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the pass. Our best cornerback was getting beat all over the field by everyone, really. And then we couldn't even hit Daniel Jones hardly. Felt like he had all the time in the world. So our pass rush was non-existent. They threw the ball everywhere, and they ran the ball whenever they wanted to.
Now, in fact, I will defend us because I think that it was the national narrative of this defense that was really being pushed.
Oh no, I was.
Were you?
Oh gosh, yeah. I thought they were going to be great.
So when I
Top
brought
5
up
defense.
So when
yeah.
I brought up
three?
when I brought up, last year at the end of the year, Jameis Winston picked them apart. Joe Burrow picked them apart. They struggled on the road against
what
Justin
did I tell
Herbert.
you? See, you don't
they
even
struggled
Mike,
against.
You're talking about last year. This is totally different. You can't compare last year to this year. I'm hoping they take a step forward. They added pieces to it. You get better. You improve. Just because of what you were last year doesn't mean that's what you are this year. Why would you even play the game?
But especially once Greenlaw wasn't ready to go at the start of the season, it's pretty much, save for Hufanga, the same defense that we watched last year.
Do you not expect improvement? Riley Moss, you added a Barron, first-round pick.
Yeah, but
these guys ought to get better.
But that's a big leap. Okay, all right, let's say I factor in some improvement, but that's still a big leap to take from being kind of a leaky defense by the end of last year to all of a sudden
overall last year,
gonna be
good or bad defense? Overall, just overall, good or bad?
Good.
Okay.
But that's a big leap to take from good to,
I mean, it wasn't perfect.
Tops in the league, best in the league, maybe generational, historic.
You were
Let's
still,
face it, some of them. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying some of the narrative out there.
Weren't they still a top 5 defense last year, even though they got leaky at the end of the season? Because, listen, they had to play great over the first 8-10 weeks of the season until the offense started coming along with the rookie quarterback. So you're going to have some leakage occasionally, but weren't they still a top 5 defense?
Ultimately, they were statistically. But, when you look at down the stretch and when they did play some good quarterbacks, some above-average quarterbacks, Burrow, Herbert, Allen, they didn't look dominant to me.
Yeah, but I don't like to look at 1 year and say, well, that's what you're going to be this year, because overall they were a good defense. Were they perfect?
Well, there had to be some kind of carryover, Stoke, because I don't think people would be.
Well, do you expect these players to get better
at
the same time?
Yes,
and then you
I
add
do.
pieces to it. You look at the secondary, like, okay, we added a great safety, we added a first-round cornerback. Riley Moss should continue to improve, and we got the best cornerback in the league. That should look like a great secondary, right? I mean, how
But to
can
go
I not
from being a
project
good
that?
defense to all of a sudden the narrative is now we're talking about the best defense in the NFL and one that could be historic, I'm all for making improvements. But that's a big jump you're talking about here.
I thought they should be a great defense,
Well,
and it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
But as of right now, let's just say the faith, the trust, the belief that we've had in this defense, at least for now,
right,
that's been lost, and now it's up to VJ and this defense to win us back.
A lot of people thought that the Baltimore Ravens are going to be one of the best defenses in football. The first week against Buffalo, 40-25 lead, and they give it up 42-40. So, things do happen occasionally, and you do have to stop the run so you can rush the passer. There are some things that are very correctable. You don't have a couple of busted coverages, and who knows how this game goes. But that's the way. That's why you play them, because all those things are something you got to take care of.
Yeah, and hopefully this game for the defense is what the first game was for the offense. Offense was much better, right? And the only problem, Mark, and I love your analogy there about the Ravens defense. They're supposed to be really good. Got a lot of talent over there, and they didn't play well, but they played Josh Allen. We played Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a difference here.
He's now Daniel Indiana Jones, though.
That's right.
So,
I told you I was nervous about him.
He's got a cool nickname. I know. Where was I? I was like I got the whole thing wrong. It was a 7, or was I a 4? A 4, meaning
4, you were not worried.
Yeah.
4, maybe
now,
I was. See, I was confused.
Well,
maybe 4 I was really worried.
Well, when you initially said that you were not worried at all, and you said on a scale of 1 to 10, 10, I'm not worried.
Right.
Which is completely backwards. Once we got you settled and figured out, and you were back on, then you went back to the traditional
whole DEFCON
1
thing.
versus 10, and you were at a 4.
Because DEFCON 1 was batting down the hashes, or is DEFCON 5?
DEFCON 1 is
DEFCON 5 is nothing. Why would you even call it DEFCON? Why wouldn't you just call it 5?
Go ahead,
if it's not DEFCON-y.
Okay, no one cares about
right?
DEFCON.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to finish.
Mike.
Since I got Stoke on an O'Reilly, the least I can do is finish off by giving him
Thank you.
his
I
props.
need it.
Okay.
I'm hurt.
You're reeling a little bit.
I am.
But when we did,
I'm on the ropes.
When we did talk about Daniel Jones and our concern about Daniel Jones, you were at a 4. I think I was at a 5.5. You said you were at a 7.
8. Well,
and so we
it's
gave
going to be
you
a 9 here tomorrow.
and we gave you grief for that, but he ended up.
Well, do you think he could be the Sam Darnold this year? Sam Darnold had a great year with Minnesota last year.
Yes,
obviously.
I think he can.
Yeah.
Led him to the playoffs.
I think he can.
I mean, he looked really good in that offense.
Hey, man, if they
In a bad division,
block
right?
like that and they can run the ball like that, defensively they're a lot better than you think. Anarumo is a really good coordinator.
Look, if Lawrence Taylor keeps running the ball like this,
let me tell you what.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mike, I got to give you real knuckles for that. Just keep piling on. That was really good. That was really good.
By the way, Stoke, I think you're going low today.
Stoke ain't going low.
I think you're going low today.
Well,
he's slumping.
Yeah.
I know, but I think this is the slump buster.
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll
fixing
find
to
out
find
tomorrow.
out.
All right,
We will
find out tomorrow.
Broncos Reaction Monday, which has been awesome this morning. Thank you to the hundreds of you who weighed in. I wish we could get to every single one of you, but hey, carry them over with Josh and Cecil. Dover and Cecil coming up next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Well, it was so much fun to hang out with the two main dudes at Copperhead Plumbing a couple weeks ago. Played a little golf with Brian and Taylor, father and son, a dynamic duo who have built a plumbing company they are very proud of, as well they should be. Been reliably serving Colorado since 2007, whether it be commercial or residential, emergency services or routine maintenance. They're local, licensed, they're focused, determined on quality work done right the first time. Taylor telling me about a recent repiping job that Copperhead Plumbing did. Older houses, older buildings, something you want to keep an eye on. Possibly get checked out. Copperhead Plumbing here for all your plumbing needs, like reliable hot water. Affects our lives in so many ways. They are the hot water heater specialists, from consulting to recommending and installing the right water heater for your home based on size, water usage, and cost. Water heaters, repiping, leaky faucets, clogged drains, outdoor water features, sprinklers, water softeners, main sewer lines, sump pumps, and more. Copperhead Plumbing has you covered. Avoid the fall scheduling crunch. Call today, 303-552-3491, and at CopperheadPlumbingInc.com. They plumb different. They plumb custom.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-266-3845. Again, that's 800-266-3845. 800-266-3845.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity, and the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup, total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams